Hello guys, today I will show you some random facts about Build a Boat, which you probably didn't know about. Have you ever noticed that you can walk on the isolation if you fly high enough? That's because the isolation part actually has a limit to height. This is how big the isolation part is if it would be visible. Half of it goes into the ground. It's 1,024 blocks tall and same width and length as the plot. Did you know that scale and trowel tool only get limited by the bubbles/arrows, which means you can make really big parts and sometimes go out of the plot, just like this. Only the arrows have to stay in the plot for this to work. So if you think about it, you can make a really big part. I placed it in a very specific orientation here, and this is probably the biggest piece you can make. Only the bubbles or arrows have to stay inside the plot area, and you will be able to keep scaling the part. This part shouldn't even be possible to make because it's bigger than the plot. It's a whopping 540 by 540 in size. The plot is only about 300 by 250 studs. And if you combine this with mirror, you can cover a lot of the map without any special mechanics. Jetpacks and plastic have no weight at all. This should have obviously fallen already. Also, it shouldn't be acting this weirdly if it had some weight. Here is some more proof. Look at how this cobblestone piece starts swinging when it gets lifted up. But the plastic one stays completely still. You can even add jetpacks onto it. When you try stepping on it, it gets a seizure. Are you a bit disappointed that the max number you can use here is only 2? Well, you can get around it, and it can be pretty useful sometimes. You just gotta type in the number you want to use and not press enter. Look now, it's using 234 for move, and I can place the item easily, but it gets resetted after you place it. So you just need to type it in every time and not press enter. You can quickly find the center of parts like this. Just enter a big enough number like I did and repeat this for every single side, and you get the center every time. You can even get the center of the plot. Even the water/river. And another thing with this, items with multiple parts glitch out if you enter a number that's really big. For example, I entered 2E99, which means 2 and 99 zeros, which is really big, of course. When I press enter, the item returns to your cursor, but it looks broken. Sad thing, you can't keep it like this. It always gets resetted when you place it. The mass turns into a plus. There are many other items that get bugged too, so you can fool around with it. Have you ever been a bit annoyed that you can't make gold really dark colored? Even if you paint it the darkest black possible, it still stays gray color. You can make it almost black by turning the transparency to 50%. And it doesn't even get transparent, it just gets darker. This is exactly what I did on one of my tanks. The black shiny material looks pretty cool on it. Look at the difference between 0% and 50% transparency with the same color. Did you know that there is a height limit to the plot? A few years ago, I tried go very far up and I noticed there's a limit. Look at these plastic blocks get moved down because I'm placing them higher than the limit. It's pretty buggy. This part is over the limit right now, but if I would reload, it would get pushed down to the limit. You can easily fly over the limit, but it won't get saved there. This part is some blocks over the limit right now. I'm going to save it and reload it. And look, it got pushed back down to the limit. And if you try placing parts on it, it looks even more broken. It literally separated the trees. And this height limit is at exactly 1 million studs high. It's pretty high up. For example, if you take the build a boat map and say that this is at height 0, the map is long 10,250 studs, and to reach the height limit, you would need almost 100 build a boat maps. It also goes into the negative side. You can only get there with a portal though, because you die if you try to walk so far down. This technically means the longest spring, bar, or rope you can ever make is 2 million long. I placed it on opposite corners, so it's even slightly longer. In case you wondered how much time it takes to fall from here down to the plots, it takes roughly 1 minute and 41 seconds. You can calculate it with this formula. Just plug everything in and you get about 101 seconds. If you're wondering how fast I'm going here, it's almost 20,000 studs per second, or 10,000 blocks per second. The clear all option doesn't clear everything. There is a border very close to the stages and everything past it doesn't get deleted. This is where the border is at. The red and green expand out to infinity. Items that are in the red area get deleted, and items in green area will not get deleted. So the only way to delete items in the green area is to unanchor them and turn their collision off. By doing this, they will fall into the void, and everything unanchored that touches the void gets deleted. How many times stronger do you think the balloon on the right is compared to the small one on the left side? It has twice the volume, so it should logically be 2 times stronger, but it's actually about 4,400 times stronger. I still didn't figure out the equation for it, but I will post it when I figure it out. If you don't believe it, look at this. The small balloon can lift about 80% of a metal block. And the other one can lift 3,500, but finding the exact limit is pretty hard. I will make some more videos about random facts in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching.